Hey guys, ET1 Sammy here, and I have got a special treat for you today. Sorry about the lighting. It is nighttime, and I'm inviting you to my kitchen today. I'm really sorry. I'm going to try this out today and see how it works. And we are going to cook something today. I'm going to show you how I cook, and you tell me what you think, all right? So what we're going to do today is we are going to prepare salmon. We're going to prepare baked salmon in a toaster oven. Now I've done this before. I've done it several times. So follow me as I do this. So what I got is I got 500 grams of Norwegian salmon, and I'm going to prepare it. Now the first thing I did was obviously, I washed my hands, I cleaned everything, I prepared my things that I'm going to need. So what I do is I like to trim off a little bit of it because it's a really big size, okay? And then take the big thick cut and right down the middle. So you have two fillets. Okay, so this is the nice and thick, and then this is like the thin side, right? So you have these two fillets and this flat. Keep the skin on, okay? That's really important. And then what I do is I take it into a little bowl, and always wash your hands after you touch the food, and salt and fresh pepper. Gordon Ramsay says, always season. Okay. Now, some people, they like to let this sit for a little while, but I've been having this fish sitting at room temperature for about an hour. I let it come up from the fridge. This was not frozen, this was fresh. I let it come from the fridge to the kitchen, room temperature, for sitting at room temperature for an hour. You don't want your food to be frozen. And the reason behind that, I say it many times, is because it doesn't absorb the seasoning. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare a little special sauce that I make. And it's just simply mayonnaise, mustard, and a little bit of hot sauce. But instead of hot sauce, what I'm going to do today is they gave me wasabi with this. So that's what I'm going to try today. So I just cover this in mayonnaise and a little bit of mustard. Sorry, a little bit of mayonnaise and a lot of mustard. Lemon juice. Okay, and then I'm going to put in this wasabi. Let's see. Maybe I should put it here so you can see what I'm doing. Can you see that? Yeah, I can see that. All right. Now, one thing I like to do is I like to clean as I go, so I'm keeping everything clean and organized. There we go. Yeah, I think 2 packets is enough. And that's garbage over there. Oh, wasabi smells great. And then just massage. Massage this all, and what you're doing is you're just mixing it all up, right? And you're getting it all over everything. Now I do both sides, okay? Now try not to bruise the fish. Treat it gently, it's pretty solid, it doesn't break apart, but again, you don't want to damage it too much. Now one thing I forgot to do is prepare my pan that I'm going to cook in. But I'm going to do that right now. Show you how I do it. So I'm cooking in a toaster oven. Most people say, oh, that's really not good to cook in a toaster oven because it doesn't get hot enough. But what I find is the way I do it, it's a slow cook. So it controls the, what am I going to say here? especially with fish, it doesn't burn it, right? Put away everything I don't need anymore. And I'm going to cook this with a little bit of mushrooms. Get that ready. Slice up my mushrooms. And just, you know, I'm just using some portobello mushrooms, slicing them up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in the pan to broil with the fish. So what I do is I prepare a little pan with aluminum foil, and the aluminum foil comes over so that I can create a seal. A sealed container for all intents and purposes. So there's the pan. Let's get the aluminum foil. And there we go. So line the pan. And now you have this part that goes over to close that up. So a little bit of oil, bottom of the pan, and then take your two pieces, skin side down. You lay it down very gently, nice and neat there. And try to arrange it so that you can get them without touching, so that the heat can be evenly spread. And then I just put my mushrooms evenly on top there and around the edge. And these will cook up nicely. I find that they melt, sort of say, and adds a really nice flavor. There we go. A few more pieces there. And then cover this up. Now what this does is, as this cooks and steams, what happens is that it cooks in its own convection, you say? I'm not a chef. This is what I've done through years of just trial and error. And so this is like dinner for two, or even 3 people could eat this. It's quite a bit. It's 500 grams of salmon. And then I cook a side of rice. So let's put this in and start on the rice. So I got the simple rice cooker. Clean this up, put this all away. Now that's going to go in at, what temperature do we have here? The highest temperature, I think it's about 250 Fahrenheit. But again, it's, what do you call it? It's a toaster oven. Put it on the highest temperature. So what I do is, for my rice, I take a cup of rice, and of course, you always have to wash your rice. So what does washing your rice mean? So you have to basically take it and you have to, like, you know, wring it. And right now, as you can see, it's all cloudy, okay? So what you have to do is you have to keep washing it until that cloudiness disappears. And you just pour out the water. Let's see if we can get you guys to see this. Ah, there we go. So you just rinse it like this, okay? And then what I do is I just, like that, you know, just mix it, and then pour out the water. Still a little cloudy. I think about 3 or 4 times, and then you get that. Again, this is something my mother has told me. I never asked her why, but you just need to wash the. I'm gonna call it coating, or the sand that's with this. It's kind of like a grit, so it makes the rice cook a little bit fluffier, my opinion. I've done it with and I've done it without, and basically if I don't wash it, it doesn't taste the same. So 3 or 4 times, this is I think the 5th time I've done it, and as you can see the water's a little bit more clear. One more time, and we should be good. There we go. Nice and clear. So now there's always different ways of doing this. So I like to put, you know, 1 knuckle so that the water comes up to my knuckle. Okay, so the water comes up to my knuckle, and that's good. Okay, now I make my rice a little bit special, a little bit different. All right, so I make my rice a little bit different, a little bit special. So salt, about a teaspoon of salt, little bit of oil, and from my friend in Afghanistan, I don't know if you can see that, saffron. Look at all that saffron, it's very expensive. So I take a pinch, I put it in, a little bit extra. So I want good flavor in this. Put that away. And I give it a little mix to mix in the saffron, and salt, and there we go. That goes straight into the rice cooker. 20 minutes, and Bob's your uncle. And I have to plug it in, but I'm going to plug it in a minute. Oh, let's do it now. Oh, where's the plug? Ah, there it is. So we'll plug that in, and away we go. It's cooking, and we'll be back in 20 minutes to see the results. You doing, Sammy? I'm out. Hey guys, so we're back, and we're gonna try this. Let's see how I do doing this, okay? So it's been cooking for about 20 minutes. The rice is ready. All right, so that's how I gauge it. I mean, you can set a timer, but you check it, and let's take a look here, okay? Let's see, can I do this? All right, here we go. So it's come out of the, let's see, can we see this? Yeah, there we go. It's come out of the toaster oven, and let's take a reveal. There we go. There we go, look at that. The mushrooms are all cooked. Salmon's all moist. Just grab a fork here. All right, can you see that? All right. All right, let's take a look there. Look at that. Cooked right through. See that? And just moist and soft. Look at that. Look at that. Right through. Oh. Mmm. You know what? It's good. You can just use a few more minutes in the oven. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put it back in, and I'm going to put it without the, without the cover on. So that'll allow it to cook a little bit in its juices. So, as you can see there, look at that. It's cooked right through, but just it needs a few more minutes, and like maybe just to grill it on the top, right? So I'm just gonna put it in like that, and that was 20 minutes, right? Let's take a look at the rice. Wow, look at this. Let's mix that up a little bit. I need to get a new rice cooker. You know, maybe if somebody wants to give me a nice gift, a nice rice cooker, because I got this cheap ass old one and I barely use it, right? So here we go. Saffron rice. Can you see that? It's yellow rice, so it's turned yellow from the saffron. And I like to use sticky rice, right? So it's infused with saffron. And let's take a nice one here. See, you can see the bits of saffron in there. Really good. Wow, that's hot. Mmm, perfect. Perfectly done. So, that's 20-minute cooking, all right? So, I gotta figure out a way to do this so that you guys can see. Maybe I'll put a mirror up there and do it like they do in real life, you know? But anyway, this is what I like to do. I like to cook these 20-minute meals. That's all it really takes. You know, you have to have the fresh ingredients. It's the number one thing, fresh ingredients. If you have to do frozen, let's get this up a little bit. If you have to do frozen, okay, what I'm gonna suggest is that you thaw it out completely. So from freezer, put it into the fridge, let it thaw out for a day, then bring it out for a couple of hours and leave it outside for a couple of hours. So I'm gonna let this finish up for another 5 minutes and then we'll show you the plated version, okay? Itaewon Semi, I'm out. Hey guys, I'm back and we're gonna plate this. As you can see, it's come out nice and grilled here on the edges and it's heated it up on the inside. I needed a few more minutes on the inside. So there we go. Look at that, it's just falling apart. And look at that. That's not the prettiest thing to you know, plate, but I mean, it's just for me, right? So nice serving. Look at that. A couple mushrooms. Okay. The rest I'm gonna let sit till it cools, and then I'm going to wrap it in plastic wrap, and put it in the fridge in Tupperware. That's very important. So to maintain the moisture, take all this juice and put that in the Tupperware too, okay? And then a little bit of rice, a little bit of saffron rice there. This looks like a lot. Probably won't finish all of this, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like. There we go. So, 20 minutes it took me to do this. Prep time, not even 5 minutes. It's the cooking time that takes the most. It's so easy, so healthy, and most of all, absolutely absolutely perfect. Nothing needs to be done. It's salmon flavor with a little bit, you taste that mustard and wasabi. It's really, really good. It has a nice little kick. I love it. Anyway, there you go. I hope you guys liked it. Itaewon Semi. I'll be back with some more meal ideas a little bit later. I'm out.